Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at what's called the 5-4-3-2-1 strategy. What that means is there's going to be 5 sections to this, and in each section, you're going to have that many answers. So section 5, there's 5 things for you to fill out. 4, there's 4. 3, 2, 1. It's fairly self-explanatory as to why it's called 5-4-3-2-1. So don't focus on the name too much. What this is for, this is used to break down a text. More often than not, this is going to be a text that is telling you about an event that happened, a discovery, an occurrence, something along those lines. It is going to be detailed with people, places, what may have happened, what was a result. That is the type of text this is used to break down. So this one is a generic one that's just pulled up right now. That's on the discussion of archaeology, where it's looking at Otzi, who was the frozen body that was discovered in Austria. If you are in world history, this is something that we discuss very early on, but that part doesn't matter right now. So looking at the part that's 5, this is terms, phrases, people, places, or events that can be related to the analysis are, and then it says dash, and then describe the relationship. So first, what do we have to look at? What is being analyzed? That's in the first box right here. So in this instance, what is being analyzed is the discovery of Otzi the Iceman. You would write whatever that is right here. This is going to be all pretty much the same for everyone, depending on what topic we're talking about, but it may be slightly different wording. So, terms, phrases, people, places, or events, and how they're related to the analysis. So, a phrase or a people or place. Austria. Austria is where Otzi was discovered. Specifically, if I recall correctly, it was in a mountain range that borders Austria and Italy. Terms. Otzi, the Iceman. How's it related? That was the name given to the body that was discovered by the people who discovered it. Otzi is it's a play on words for the name of that mountain range. So those are the types of things that you're going to put into this section 5. In the section 4, cause and effect lists 2 events that caused or led to what is being analyzed, and 2 events that resulted from what is being analyzed. They do not have to be related to each other. Okay, I want to clarify this section so that you understand it just a little bit better. They are stacked top and bottom. Cause number 1, effect number 1. Those 2 are going to be related. Whatever you put as cause number 1, the effect of that cause will be number 1. But then cause number 2 does not have to have anything to do with cause number 1. It is its own thing. They should be able to stand separately from each other. So let's take a look at this text real quick, just to have an idea. And I rotated it too many times. So we're going to look over here at the discovery of Otzi. This is a 2-part document. So document number 2, this was written by Jennifer Rosenberg. You'll always see my source down here. But the discovery of Otzi was in September 19th, 1991. The Germans were coming down the path in the Ötztal Alps when they noticed something sticking out of the ice. So the cause that I could just pull from this was the discovery of the body. The effect, down here, we learned a little bit about them. From his body, we were able to tell that he was about 5 feet tall. He was the end of his life, suffering from arthritis, gallstones. He had whipworm. He died at the age of around 46, based on what we could tell from the skeleton and the teeth and the condition of the body. So, cause, we found the body. The effect, we have a better understanding of what humans of that time looked like, what they may have experienced. That's just an example. That is not going to be applicable to exactly what you're doing, but now you understand what I mean by cause and effect. 3, people or groups that are connected in some way to this analysis. What is the connection? Well, in this group, you might say that it was the scientist that discovered him on the hill is one of them. If we click back on the others, yes, because they were German scientists. The German tourist, the scientists were the ones that examined the body. He was 7 years of study at Innsbruck University. He was then transported to South Tyrol, Italy, where he was further studied. So maybe I could say the scientist who studied the body, the tourist who discovered him. There are a few different options in here. What you have to do is you are going to pick one of those and tell me just how it's related to the main thing. So whether you're doing this on prehistoric man or an event that happened during the Enlightenment period, if we are discussing philosophers, same thing. Quotes, statements, or specific features that help clarify the analysis. So remember, our analysis is, the discovery of Otzi the Iceman. Which quotes could you pull directly from the text that give you the greatest understanding of what it is that you're talking about? So I'm going to roll back to the other one, the Enlightenment period. If we were discussing, for example, the influence of John Locke on the formation of the American government, we may take a look at specific quotes that John Locke said that we saw things relate to in founding documents of the U.S. You're going to pull these quotes directly from the text. You're not going to have to go searching for these. You're not going to have to go hunting for them. They're going to be directly in the text. Now, 1, claim, argument, or assertion regarding the impact or significance of this analysis and the events surrounding it. This is where you're going to have to think. So I'm going to use the example we have up right now with Otzi. A claim may be that the discovery of his body was one of the greatest archaeological finds of that time period because it led to a greater understanding of human physiology and culture at that time. Now that's an in-depth answer, but by the time we go through 5, 4, 3, and 2, you should have a pretty good understanding of what it is that we're talking about. And I want you to come up with what is the claim or an assertion regarding why what it is that we're talking about was important or significant. Same as always. I understand that this is a complicated strategy. This is not one that I expect you to sit down in one day and be able to do. This is one that you're going to have to take your time, slow down. Me as a teacher, when I learned this strategy, I had to slow down. And I'm not talking I learned it as a student. I learned it as a teacher. I had to slow down and get hang of it and go through it piece by piece before it started to make sense. So when I give you this strategy, more than likely this is going to be a 2 to 3 day assignment, because this is a lot of work. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. I answer during office hours. Wednesdays, we're all remote on Wednesdays, so I'm not in classes then. I'll be able to answer you during the day on Wednesday. If you write me Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, I will answer you the best that I can up to a certain point, and then I'm going to be out of the office. But I believe that you can do this.